Uh, Hello! Hello, everybody. I'm SRGTsilent, and this is going to be Resistance 3. So, time is going to start on first input, so I'm going to get this started because we have a cutscene to watch before we do anything. And this is going to be a long one. Hopefully you're prepared for this. We're going to play New Game Casual, and this is WPK, so we will be keeping our weapon progress. Alright. So, the reason that time doesn't start until first input is because the Resistance games have a unique feature where the first load is, I'm going to say, arbitrarily long, because the way the game loads data. So we actually don't time that due to inconsistencies. SSD doesn't help. Nothing seems to help. So we just simplify it by making everyone start on first input. And I will tell you when that is. No worry. Because guess what? We have another cutscene. So originally, Sui was going to run this game on WPR, but due to some scheduling issues, I came in to replace him. So this category is about 10-15 minutes faster since we have convenient, fully upgraded weapons with us, which is quite nice. The other thing is, if you guys have anything for soft locks, get ready to use them. We might be seeing a lot. So, time is going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. So, first things first, we actually don't even have the ability to run yet. Currently, we're about to go do a tutorial. We're going to learn how to use our gun. We're going to meet people. And get a general idea of what's going on. So, for anyone who's never played a Resistance game, this is actually the third game in the series. The long and short of it is the race of aliens that crash landed at the beginning of the series is now basically taking over the world. There's very few humans left. Most of them are dying, and the world is slowly cooling down. Because the hybrids, which are the Chimeran race, like cold weather, they have abnormally high metabolisms. So they're trying to cool the entire planet using these terraformers, which you will see later, since we'll actually be in one. Kind of spoiler. To change the global temperature of the entire planet. So we are Joseph Capelli. He was one of the characters from the second game. He doesn't quite look the same if you've played Resistance 2. I promise you that. But well, you'll see him a few times. So if you look up Capelli from Resistance 2 and then compare him to this game, you'll see what I mean when I say he's not quite the same person. It's been a couple years. There's actually a book. There's 2 books in this series. One of them details a lot of who these people are and how he got here and what happened. But we've successfully finished the tutorial. The hardest boss in the tutorial is not pushing square to invert your controls, because then you have to do it all again with inverted controls until you change it. Made that mistake plenty of times. Consider yourself warned if you want to start this game. So, a lot of this game is going to be exposition, cutscenes. Some cutscenes we can skip, some we can't. FMVs. And softlocks. I mentioned softlocks earlier. This run will either softlock. I think my record now is 4 times in a run. And that is because the way Resistance 3 seems to be programmed, it's... I don't know, man. This game hates people playing it fast. Hey, if you play inverted, man, more power to you. You just have to make sure not to push X then to invert it back to normal. But yeah, I think my record is 4. The Super Slim, if you have a Super Slim PS3, is actually worse for soft locks. You can check out the speedrun page for examples of some of the absolute maniacal stuff that's happened. Typically, the Resistance games are very trigger-based, so I won't be able to actually do certain actions until I hit triggers, and if you skip those triggers, the game is just straight up not going to progress. So this game is actually pretty, I'm not going to say linear. It's pretty straightforward. There's not going to be a lot of really cool out of bounds in tech, simply because most of them get you out to a place where once you're out there, there's no triggers you can hit to progress the game skipping anything. There will be one later, which we will talk about it about halfway through the run. This is your first hybrid. If you've never seen one, welcome to Resistance. This is a hybrid. You'll be seeing quite a lot of them. This game was made by Insomniac, who made another very popular game series you might all know, Rack or Ratchet and Clank. They have a very unique system of weaponry, and you'll recognize that here as well. Every gun has a primary fire and a secondary fire, as well as the fact that all of my guns are fully upgraded, so they will have a special additional feature as well. This is the Bullseye, typical Chimeran carbine rifle that fires energy rounds, and what its special is that the secondary fire, which is this beam you see here, is actually a tag that shows where all of my bullets will home in on. Okay, controller. It's not actually low, but whatever. So, the special ability is that tag actually scatters and can hit multiple enemies at the same time, which is really, really powerful. We do not want this thing to step on us, by the way. This is a stalker. If it steps on us, it's gonna do, like, 75% of our damage, because it's a jerk like that. That's the only one we're actually going to fight in the run. The rest of them are all optional, if we fight them at all. Alright, so you're gonna see a lot of the start of cutscenes, because this game actually loads while a cutscene is playing, so I can't skip the cutscene immediately. Also, this is Creepy Bobby. He just sits here like that, and you actually cannot open this door, or he won't open this door until you have swapped grenades. Now, you're actually intended to do a really big fight here, but I'm going to show you something called Know You and not fight anybody. Because, hey, that was a fun fight, wasn't it? Glad we did that.
Joe! Thank God it's you. I had to turn off my radio. Death squads everywhere. Storm's coming. Out at the ridge. It ain't like no storm I've
Updated
ever
to
seen.
60 views.
Come on,
Oh,
I'll
nice.
show you.
I actually don't have any FFZ, but I appreciate it.
Get ready.
So, we're going to take a hybrid out here in order to start combat in this room. Oh, we didn't want that. So there's a grab animation that hybrids will do. If the hybrids grab you, what's going to happen is exactly what you saw there. It's a small FMV that you just push R3 to get out of. But it does about 3 or 4 ticks of health. If you look in the bottom left, I know my left and right. If you look down there, you'll see a wheel, and that wheel is how much HP I have. So if that ever goes down, the screen will do COD syndrome and or Call of Duty syndrome. You'll get a little bit of red, but it's not going to be anywhere near as massive as it was in another game on the series, Resistance 2. Oh, cool.
Dropships are headed toward town.
So, again, this is going to be a long game full of soft locks and auto scrollers. I really want everyone to understand both of these things are happening, whether I want them to or not. For reference, if I get through this run without a soft lock, this is guaranteed world record, and we're going to be 20 minutes ahead. Also, that thing that just knocked that barn down, that's called a Goliath. We'll be seeing them later. They're fun. They don't play that big a part in this game, but in the first game, Fall of Man, which I'll be running later, you will see me actually fight one. So now we have one of those triggers we gotta wait for. And then this is gonna be the first actual fight in the game. We're gonna get our next gun, which is called the Auger. So what the Auger does is, well, this cutscene will show you. A gun that shoots through walls? Run disqualified. Aim clipping. So you really get to see how the marksman shines here with its ability to tag multiple people like that. That white flash, apologies if anyone has an issue with that. That happens whenever I pick health up. Enemies carry it randomly on the sides. I can't warn you about those in advance. All I can say is if you see a like green vial on the side of an enemy that I'm about to run into, and that wheel on the bottom left isn't full, expect a white flash. So we're going to try to snipe these guys early, and we did not get either of them, which is unfortunate. And then at this point, it's going to be fights. It's just expect running and fighting intermittently. This is just a small fight, not really any big tech. This is meant to be your tutorial on how to use the Auger, but we know how to use the Auger, so anyone who saw that, there was a bit of wood that actually deloaded there. That deloading wood was the game saying, you've successfully finished the trigger to progress the level. There'll be some points where the level's not even loaded. I'll point that out later when we see that. For instance, if you're on a Super Slim, this house won't be here if you're playing this game fast. And when I mean not here, it's literally not here. It's just gone. It didn't load in, and it's impossible to beat the game. So 11 minutes in is your first chance to just permanently screw yourself out of beating this game. Alright, so we're at our first actual fight. This is the mill. The goal is to clear out all of the enemies in a couple waves here. First ground wave, and then a dropship will come in, and then some enemies will spawn magically into the mill. So I just need to make sure that we take them all out as semi-efficiently as possible here. You'll notice that the Auger is firing 3 bullets. Usually it only fires 1, but again, I have that unique extra flare. Or not flare, unique extra ability from using it so much, which makes it quite good. I've actually never played it on a FAT. It might run well on a FAT. I do know that SSDs do not benefit this game. Because the way the game loads data, an SSD actually provides 0 benefit, like, at all, period. Despite the fact that this is on PS3, and you might say, well, if it's on PS3, maybe. It actually does not offload that much data, even though we're playing on the patch. This is actually the updated version of the game. Normally, you run games on the lowest patch or some middle patch because there's, you know, special things that you can do that are patched out later. All the patch did in this game was make the game consistently softlock less. And I'm not even kidding. You can start a counter on how many times I say the word softlock. You cannot describe this game to people without using that word. It will be my favorite word when describing this game. Ooh. That's actually not a good amount of health right there. There we go. Hello, Keanu. So this is an FMV, not a cutscene. If I try to skip this, it actually just pauses the game. You know, a remaster would actually be really dope, clowns, but I don't think it's gonna happen, sadly. I think Insomniac, even though they're owned by Sony, is never... I don't think they have any interest in ever touching this game series again, like, period. Alright, so we're on to mission 4. There are 20 missions in this game, just so you have a frame of reference. So this is Capelli. Anyone who looked up Capelli from Resistance 2, this is Resistance 3 Capelli, and now you know what you're comparing against. You let me know how much you think. You know, Bluepoint actually probably would do a good job at it. I was just playing Metal Gear Solid 2, the Bluepoint remake, before coming here. So I think Bluepoint would do a great job at this game. It would be interesting to see if they put like a collection, like all 3 games or something together. Alright, so this is a cutscene that was actually patched. This is Lester. Did you see how he instantly entered this cutscene and did a 360? This is the patched version. In the unpatched, he actually could walk up here and then just sit here permanently and never hand you that marksman. And it would be impossible to complete the game. So thankfully they patched that and made it feasible. They can leave R2 off. R2's not that bad. It ain't my favorite. Oh, another thing I can talk about is you'll notice that I have above or on the bottom right, there are ammo counters. All those ammos, they're my primary, my secondary, and then a visual indicator to say, hey, you have, you know, this many bullets out of that total bullets. But above that are grenades. And there are a couple types of grenades in this game. Hedgehogs are the thing that I just threw here. That is actually triggered by proximity. It is a stability train wreck. Hedgehogs are triggered by proximity. I'll try to show you that one go off like that. There's Molotovs, fragmentation grenades. You'll maybe see a Molotov, but they're not that good. I've already used a fragmentation grenade. They're just, you know, basic explosion. That's what they do. EMP grenades, you saw me use one in the tutorial. They're only useful for taking out augers shields and stalker shields. So you're not going to see me throw them very much either. So this is a new enemy, long legs, basically normal hybrids, but they have they have thick legs. They have much thick, and they will take full advantage of that. Thankfully, their legs are highly explosive, so when they die, everything explodes. You'll also notice me bringing the weapon wheel up consistently. So this game has two options. You can either use pause on the weapon wheel, which is safer but slower, or you can do unpause. And I have unpause, which means that real time is going on. So I can die while changing weapons, but it's also faster. That door I just ran through there is actually open during that entire fight. Problem with that door being open the entire fight is you might think, oh, I'll just pass through that door. If you pass through that door before you get the objective trigger, the game says, oh, you skipped an objective. Soft lock. And you can no longer progress, even though they never shut the door for being able to continue, they never shut the door that is mandatory to go through later. And you have to wait until that trigger shows up, or you can't go through that safely. Where is this last enemy? There he is. I'm out of secondary. That's unfortunate. Yeah, if you're still here, Muffy, later, I will show you stability nightmares. You will see just how much of a stability nightmare this game truly is. Alright, so we actually want to continue picking up ammo for the bullseye, because we're gonna meet a new enemy coming up after this, named a brawler, and that enemy, it's actually important that we have a lot of bullseye, because bullseye is going to be the fastest way to kill him with the way the tag system works. Are you... Awesome, he had health on him. Also, enemies are more likely to drop health or have health on them if you are lower health. So, the lower my health, the more likely you'll see an enemy have that health on them. Brawlers have a unique feature where if they... Well, not unique. There's another enemy that has it too. But if a brawler hits you, it will actually send you flying away. And if it sends you flying, you have to push X rapidly to get up. Hopefully, we never see that. There are a couple brawlers in the game that we will be fighting. You can't skip any. So, I think that's technically 4, but one of them's unique, and you'll see what I mean when we get there. But yeah, that is women and children first. That was the brawler. We are now moving into brace yourself, hold the edge of your seats. This is going to knock you onto the floor. Level 5, Wrightsburg, an 18-minute long auto-scroller. Woo! Okay, seriously, there is actually tech to this level. It's not just gonna be 18 minutes of sitting there. I will point out the interesting things we can do in this level to make it go faster. But this is a character, this is Malikov. You haven't seen him yet, but he was really, really important in the second game. So now he's old, and he wants you to save the world. He's gonna tell you everything, but health, ammo. This starting point is time for me to answer questions. If you have anything you'd like to discuss, such as what my favorite hybrid is, what your favorite hybrid is, weapons, etc., we have time. While I wait for anyone to potentially ask anything, we are going to be getting the Rossmore here. And the Rossmore is, we're going to get a tutorial for it. It's going to tell me how that works. Basically, I have it upgraded so it will shoot fire, phosphorescent rounds. You'll be seeing a lot of that. It's the best gun in the game for the speedrun. And its secondary is a giant explosive. That marksman, I never explained it. What the marksman does is it fires a triple burst, and its secondary is actually this little mini turret. You can have 2 of these turrets up at a time, and it will absolutely decimate anything. How do I feel about video games? I really enjoy video games, actually, believe it or not. Surprise, surprise. I've played video games my whole life, so... Oh, not my whole life. I think since I was 5, my first game was Crash Bandicoot on the PlayStation 1. So I absolutely love them. What's your favorite Resistance game and why is it 3? Ooh, my favorite Resistance game is 3. And the reason it's 3 is because the speedrun is so good. Actually, the real reason it actually is 3. And the reason I enjoy 3 so much is because it's a very, very good introduction to the series. It plays from a casual perspective. The online was amazing. The graphics are actually really good, in my opinion, for a PS3 game. The story is well written. Weapons are good. It's not exceedingly long, but it's a good length for a casual play. Apparently I missed that with a concussive grenade. So okay. So yeah, this is a shotgun. You're gonna love it. Love it, love it. Oh yeah, I highly recommend everyone play this game fast. If you own Resistance 3 and a PlayStation 3, put it in, play it fast. Just have some fun, play it fast, and see how long you go before you stop logging. If you beat the game, congrats. Submit it to the leaderboard. We always need more runners for games like this. In fact, submit any Resistance game. They're all appreciated. I am actually not wearing socks at the moment. If I was, they would be white. So, Malikov just spoke about it. I actually just destroyed a couple pieces of ice. If you don't destroy those, this boat actually gets stuck on the ice, and you get a short interactive scene where you have to wait for the ice to... You have to break the ice and then wait for Malikov to start the boat again. Hopefully we don't see that. If we do see that, feel free to mock me in chat. I give you permission. WPK stands for Weapon Progress Kept. See how all of these say level 3? Level 3 means that my weapon is max level. WPR is the other category, and what WPR it means is that they will start at level 1. So the routing is a little different.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Alright, so we're gonna meet a new enemy. It's new to this game, or it's new only if you've never played Resistance 2. If you have, you know this enemy full well. Because it replaced the Menial from Fall of Man. They're gonna throw things at me, and I'm gonna play a game of Get Off My Boat. Yes. K stands for Kept, and R stands for Reset. So yeah, if you see a Grim on my boat, feel free to start shouting. This is a long run, so I'm going to get chat engaged. When the Grim gets on the boat, feel free to shout, "Get off my boat," or some other equivalent, as I will try to do the same. Get off my boat. Get off my boat. We need to make the run lively somehow, you know. Hey, off my boat. These are ammo boxes. You're gonna see another one later. Basically, I can fill everything except grenades up to max. If it says ammo full, I didn't get anything, but if it says ammo refilled, then I gained some ammo in something. This whole wheel will eventually... That guy had a ticket? Ooh. Oh, that was awkward. Oh, man. Indiscriminate. I am indiscriminate. Someone hold me back. I can't stop it. Get off my darn boat. He took my boat. He's on my boat. Okay, so we're coming up on some more ice. You'll see it once we take this turn. But unlike the last set of ice, which I destroyed fairly quickly once it came into view. Apologies for coughing there. I will try to turn away from the mic next time. Unlike the last set of ice, which I shot very early, this set of ice, which I will show you, up there, there's 3 icicles. If I break all 3 of them before Malikov here specifically says more ice up ahead, I will try to ram through. What's going to happen is I'm going to break the ice. The ice will visually be gone, but the game won't actually register the ice as having no hitbox. So the boat gets stuck on an invisible hitbox here. And we have to wait about... You know what? Guess what? It's happening. Wow. Every time I run this game, something new happens. And today, the ice trapped us even after he said, I will ram through it. Now we wait for him to unstick the invisible ice from his boat. What a good game. What a game. Looks like an Aussie bus line. I'm not Australian. The man who was going to run this is Australian. Hello, Australia. You are probably watching this, a good chunk of you. I cannot speak on Australia, but I will take your word for it, Spring. See, Wildfire? Not yet, actually. Wildfire will be later. There will be Wildfire in this game. Not quite what you think, maybe, but it's there. Thank you, clowns. I appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoy the VOD. Oh, hopefully you'll get some laughs out of it. I'm also going to be talking either a lot or not at all, so I apologize if there's moments of I don't know what to say. I'm just going to drink water. And have some fun. Have some fun. This is actually my first time running this game at a marathon, so I'm super happy that it's being shown. I don't think Resistance 3 has been run at any marathons yet. So this is the first time, and I really hope that it impresses everyone. So, that enemy right there, we're about to get a cutscene that introduces that enemy here. They're called shock drones, and this game's intent is for the shock drones to cause the boat to stall because electricity fried the engine. But as you just saw, my marksman turrets were a bit OP, and they just utterly decimated the shock drones. So now we have to wait for the second set of shock drones. And I found this out today in a practice run. If you destroy these shock drones too fast, the boat actually stays stalled. Also, I apologize for the Russian in this game. Any Russian children watching at this moment, watch your mouths. Malikov is not a role model. I will not translate what he said. Feel free to look that up on your own if you are interested. We do have a Russian in the chat. I know because I personally brought him here. Ask him. He will translate it for you. This game floats my boat. What a good opinion on this game. Alright, so we finished the shock drones that will stall the boat. Thankfully, we didn't get the weird stall issue. We got the ice one, so I guess we're tit for tat there. And now we're coming up on like a mini, the game's way of building suspense. We're gonna sit still, and I'm gonna let it happen. Because if I speak over this, it's gonna take the magic out of the scene. Icarus, please.
Oh, look, ahead of us. Goliath. It is coming this way. Terrible. We have no choice. We must stay here and pray it does not take notice.
We all do, belligerent. We all do. We appear to have someone who might know Russian. Alright. So, now we've been seen by the Goliath. Uh-oh. Somehow it didn't see us until now. So, this has turned into a chase sequence. I bet you did not know that your 18-minute auto-scroller on a boat could turn into a chase sequence. But it keeps ratcheting it up. You do have a Russian restream. I think I saw that. I am sorry, everyone in Russia. Hopefully, everyone is okay. Alright. Oh, one quick thing I'd like to say. As you're all aware, for those who celebrate the holidays, it is Christmas, and a certain someone will be coming around. There are skill points in this game. One of those skill points is to teach Santa how to fly. There he goes. Well, Santa has officially left early. Hopefully you all are ready for him to show up. Thank you, Hutchie, for the good luck. And now we have returned to the Get Off My Boat simulator, this time featuring long legs. Unlike Grimm's, which only throw stuff, the long legs actually will shoot at me. And them shooting at me can kill me. It shouldn't because we have infinite health, but, you know, it's a thing. So this is the third and final set of ice. Thankfully, we can destroy this set of ice whenever we want. There's no... the game's not going to do anything if we destroy that. In fact, the game actually doesn't warn you about that set of ice. So if you aren't paying attention, you'll just ram into that. And it's kind of awkward. This FPS does require skill. So much skill that I sent Santa flying. Why did I decide to run an auto-scroller? Man, look, we all make bad decisions, okay? Okay? Everyone gets one. Everyone gets one. Let me have this one as mine. I'm already losing my voice. Oh god. It's gonna be a long night. Off my boat. So, yep. Boat. Boat. Boaty McBoat.
All of them, straight ahead.
Alright, final stretch. I bet you guys didn't realize that 18 minutes has, 16 minutes just passed in this auto-scroller.
The engine is overheating. This boat will not be much
But
longer.
yeah. This is it. Final stretch. We're coming up on the end now. The game is gonna freak you out with something that you'll have to play casually to experience the full thing for. But suffice to say, you will see it. Auto-scrollers are the pinnacle. In fact, spoiler alert, auto-scrollers aren't just... They're so much the pinnacle.
Excellent.
This game has a second one. None of these guys have tickets. Whew, I was worried. Alright, so successful boat ride. One accidental ticket holder died. Everyone else, no tickets, rightfully off my boat. Alright, so we got a Goliath, but oh no, there's a second Goliath on the other side. What will we do? So you can't see my splits because I don't have them showing, but just so everyone's aware how much time that ice lost, we're at... Ooh. Getting stuck on that ice lost an entire minute. Fun game, man. You hope it's an even smaller boat? You'll see. You'll see what it is. You can't contain your excitement? Awesome. Glad you made it, Hutchie. Alright, so our boat got wrecked. All this for that boat explosion? Yes. Sadly, all of that was to see Michael Bay's little flair into this game. Don't worry, the other auto-scroller also has explosions. So yeah, our our boat crashed. Malakov's injured, and now we need to potentially find some resistance group here that is holed up in the city because we want to get to New York. And the best way to do that at this point, since we don't have a boat to go up the Mississippi, is by plane. And wouldn't you know, we're going to be in luck. Oh, warning. If you guys are afraid of spiders, you might want to look away for about 60 seconds. If you like spiders, keep on watching because we got a giant spooter. Alright, spooter is gone. Everyone is safe. No worries about the spooters.
He's gone. You're very fortunate. That widowmaker is extremely dangerous. You must be
I know, right? It's crazy, Stripe. Who thinks of these ingenious things? Resistance in resistance? Whoa! Oh man, that Russian restreamer is probably having a blast. I hope he's making this fun. Dude, whoever's restreaming me in Russian, have fun. Have liberty. Alright, so we're gonna pick up something called the carabiner here, so that we can take zip lines, and we're gonna use it a grand total of twice. Because, apparently the devs thought it was good twice. So this is like a little maze. If you don't know the way to go, you'll probably get lost, just like I just did. I took a wrong turn there. But if you do know the way to go, you'll probably get lost just like I did right there. Permission to look granted. Apologies for never speaking. Anyone who is scared of spooters, you are free to look. The spooters are gone. They have been replaced by creepy humanoids that want me... They want to eat my flesh. I can't make that pretty for you. I'm sorry. Another thing, you'll notice that right there, my camera whipped. This game has an auto lock-on feature that you can't turn off. If you bump an enemy or get too close to him, it will auto lock on, and I mean, that'll happen. So hopefully it doesn't wreck me. It's possible in a bad situation. So yeah, we'll see. We will see what happens. You can actually, all these buttons and stuff that say hold square, you can actually start holding square early. The game is really generous and starts holding square on the first possible frame if you are holding it when you walk up to that. Just give them a little flesh. I don't think I'm gonna do that. They just want to hug me. Yeah, it's a vicious hug. Vicious hug. Very, very vicious hug. So, interesting thing here. On a Super Slim, we're about to go through a load gate. And this load gate, if you get here on half health, that gate actually can take so long on a Super Slim that at half health, you will die opening that gate before entering Chapter 7. So this is our second and final zip line. And now we've met some resistance members, and we are going to help them fight off this giant group of hybrids here. Ooh. I don't actually take damage when I fall like that, but it does do a landing animation. Alright. If we get through this without soft locking, I will explain the 2 soft locks that can occur in this room. Both of which have happened today already once. So here's hoping that if it happens once today, it doesn't happen again. Oh, I need the bullseye. So the new gun I got is a sniper rifle. What it does is, the primary shot is just that. It's just a sniper rifle. The secondary shot is actually going to be a highly charged energy blast that will basically obliterate anything. Like, I'll show you right here. And gone. So yeah, it's pretty powerful, but it's not actually that great. Alright, so... Oh my god, what are you doing? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. You're not supposed to be there. I'm worried. I'm very worried. So the first soft lock is this guy actually sit here and just chuck grenades at this car forever. That's fun. Alright. And then this second gun is the atomizer. And I'm going to let the secondary fire speak for itself. Basically, think a black hole. So this enemy is a Ravager. The way Ravengers work is they're big guys with big guns, and they're really, really annoying. You don't fight too many of them, thankfully, but when you do, insert Old Spice commercial motto. I don't always fight Ravengers, but when I do it with an atomizer.
We're holed up in the pub. But don't worry, we got it covered. We got a new friend here. Help us out.
Alright, so this is the pub fight. The basic gist of this is guys are going to come from this direction, then they're going to come from that direction. We have to protect the pub. The objectives show doors. If the doors are destroyed, the hybrids or the Chimera can actually start entering, which isn't actually a bad thing. It's kind of faster if they start coming in, but they have a long distance to come, so if we can take them out before they get to me, that's arguably better. Oh, I've also not explained these orange things here. They're called pods, and they do that. When they're hit, they just explode. Throw out a little marksman turret and have some sniping fun here. So funny. It might be, but we're in St. Louis. Everyone in St. Louis consider moving to England. You might fit in there. Alright, so we're coming up. Both waves will have Ravengers. This one has one Ravenger at the end. And then the second one has two Ravengers fairly early on.
I see 'em. They're moving in from the south.
Nice, we got him. Alright, and I got a couple hedgehogs placed down, so these guys should thankfully bump into them, and I don't have anything to worry about. So I'm gonna refill on some ammo, throw out some more hedgehogs. Oh, I didn't even know I needed Rossmore. There's some hedgehogs around here somewhere, but I don't know where they are, apparently, because I didn't pick them up. They must be downstairs. So if the pub door is going to get blown open, it's probably going to happen here when I have to fight two Ravengers at once. We'll see what happens, though. Oh, so that hybrid, you just saw him wave around and explode. On top of headshots, hybrids actually have heat stacks. And what happens with the heat stack is if you shoot it, it will actually pop. Which will cause the hybrid to essentially, imagine rapidly overheating. All of your blood boils and you explode in a spontaneous ball of flesh. Yeah, that's what happens when you break a hybrid's heat stack.
Good work, everybody.
The skies are clear. No more
Alright,
options.
cross your fingers for no soft lock.
Right behind you.
Thankfully, we don't have to do the whole pub fight again if we soft lock, but we'll see. Okay, it's looking good so far. It's looking good so far. All we need is the guy with the marker on his head to open this door. Please. Huh? Huh? Woo! PogChamp! Everyone PogChamp. We didn't soft lock. It actually worked. The game worked. Oh no. Oh no. Never mind. Oh! Good programming! We made it! We made it!
Doesn't mean I can't pay him a compliment.
That went from Pog to Monka to Pog really quick. This game will play with your emotions. I appreciate the pog champs. Alright, so we're coming up on the boss fight of this chapter. Sorry, it's like 4 a.m. Speak is hard. Who developed? Insomniac. This game is made by Insomniac, the same company that developed Spyro the Dragon and Ratchet and Clank. Oh, look, it's our old friend, the Brawler. He has returned. So now that the Brawler's back, we're gonna do the same thing we did to him last time and utterly destroy him. And then we're gonna get rushed by hybrids, but we have an atomizer, so these hybrids are not... Oh, there's the black hole in effect.
I thought we were goners. Come on, let's get out of here.
Terrible job, fellas. Remember, heck, this is patched. The game was released worse than this. You need to remember that. I will say, though, most of it is because I'm playing the game fast. I think what they did is the way they decided to make the game... I'm going to use the phrase offload data, because I don't know the correct technological term for it. The way they decided to make the game read its data, I think when you play it fast, when you speedrun it, you're actually going faster than the disk and the system can read the data, which is confusing the game and causing a multitude of issues. Because I promise you, if you play this game casually, you will not see any of these issues. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. You will see less than 10% of these issues if you play the game casually. I highly recommend it. No matter how much I talk crap about this game, I do recommend this game. If you've never played a Resistance game, or if you're looking for a first-person shooter to try, this is a very easy game, very good-looking game. I cannot suggest this game enough.
There's a dropship on patrol down by the river, a couple miles away.
Alright, so because I've been skipping cutscenes, long and short, we met this group. This is the leader, Charlie, and the plan here is we're gonna destroy a Chimeran dropship, and by doing that, we're gonna hijack its power cell, power that giant VTOL that we were sitting by when we did the pub fight, and fly to New York. As you can imagine, whenever you're in a video game and something goes wrong, well, or when there's a plan, something's gonna go wrong. And yeah. So we used that shield drone to put out a relay signal beacon, and what that did is it attracted this dropship here. Shot it with a harpoon, and now we're gonna down the dropship, because we're really good at what we do. Guess what, guys? Problem is... Oh, also, those hybrids, they'll actually survive on higher difficulties, but on easy they die. Problem is, that chill drone actually attracted more than one dropship, and we only had one harpoon. So now we're introduced to this new enemy. The new enemy is called shield drones. They are extremely obnoxious. They pick an enemy after detecting a hostile. They pick a random enemy and they decide to start shielding it. So hopefully, that was a really good fight because we didn't get a bunch of shield drones wrecking us. Alright, so here you can truly see the black hole. And hello! Hello, Mr. Shasta. Thank you for the raid to Shots Fired. Welcome everyone to Resistance 3. I'm SRGTsilent. And you're currently watching a steelhead be trapped in a black hole. Alright, so we're coming up on the end of this giant fight. And they introduce Longlegs again. Longlegs are going to be a reoccurring enemy, so much so that we're going to see a second variant later. But for now, all we have to do is not die. I don't actually know if the trigger for this is time-based or if it's number of enemies killed based. But either way, we're going to kill enemies and we're not going to die. Video games are good. Video games are very good. Some are better than others, though. Let's, I think we can agree on that. Some video games are better than others. Okay. So, we have successfully got out, and now we're on an escort. We need to successfully... For once, we are being escorted. When is the spider? Very soon. If you are worried about spiders, the spider will be returning very soon. And this time it's going to be a little longer than 60 seconds. So to anyone wondering, why don't I just run ahead of Charlie? Why am I sitting here? There's two reasons why. First off, if you run ahead, the game is scripted to basically kill you instantly. And the second reason is because, and I bet you can take a wild guess, if I run ahead of Charlie and the game doesn't kill me instantly, I'm gonna get soft locked. So Steelhead's game are the enemies that shoot, they have the augers, the guns that go through walls. They're just named Steelheads. Also, Spooter's back. All Widowmakers are also female. That is actually canon in the game. If you would like to refer to it as a her, she accepts that. I know it's 2019, but I mean, game says it, so it's known. So there's a big soft lock here. It's possible that some Longlegs land down where I'm looking. If they land down there and they shoot Charlie, it will actually trick the game's logic into thinking Charlie is in continual combat and he'll not be able to progress to the next scene. Alright. If you go before that dropship falls, guess what happens? I'll leave it at that. The only reason I'm continually mentioning all of these is because I've lost a run to everything I'm telling you about softlock-wise. Like, I want you to know, if you do want to run this game, what you are getting into. I'm not trying to scare you and make you guys never want to run this game. I'm just letting you know. Because you're gonna be glad I told you and you didn't, and not you found out the hard way. Alright. So we are nearing the end of the Power Core Escort while being escorted section. Oh, what the heck? Game just... Okay, that was my bad. That wasn't the game, that was me. Please don't die, because I made that mistake. Awesome. Thank you, Russian restreamer. I appreciate it. Lulz killer. So Resistance 3 does actually run on RPCS 3 or whatever. It boots to the main menu, but all of the textures in game are a little not right. Some in a bad way. I do not suggest you attempt to emulate Resistance 3 on RCPS3, but have at it. I support you fully. Yep, so as Charlie just said, it's now his turn. He escorted us, and now here is my turn to escort Charlie. Also, I'd like to point out, since we're waiting, that everyone here sees these are 6-packs, right? Right? Watch how much my Molotovs go up. Oh, man. Those 6-packs gave me one whole Molotov each, guys. Would you even be able to tell? GG, dude. GG. Wrecked. All right. Hello. So, we do actually have to protect Charlie here. If we don't, sad days. This first fight with Charlie is just going to be kill a couple enemies, and it will make them all flee, like that. Then it's a short escort, and I'm pretty certain I figured out we're coming up on a soft lock here, but the way I think this works is if you go too far ahead of Charlie, as you can see, who is lagging quite far behind, the game gets confused and skips one of his mandatory triggers to progress the level, and you kind of just stop progressing the level. So I'm gonna sit here until Charlie explicitly comes over to me for the sake of safety and not losing or not getting a soft lock in the marathon. Oh, there's a one down there. That's why. Okay. So I actually need to be careful and make sure that I have 3 bullseye tags. Come on, Charlie. There we go. We're good. We're good. So this is actually a scary fight. It may not look that bad, but these enemies can 100 to 0 your HP bar way faster than you'll give them credit for. And if they do that, it's quite time consuming. Okay, good. He's coming. He's coming. So this is another point where you can actually miss Charlie's trigger because it's a wonderful game. So I needed to make sure that he was with me and I didn't lose his trigger. Oh, I'm not gonna hit that. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. Spooter time. Not gonna be able to avoid it this time, sadly. Am I playing, Calendo? I am on a actual PlayStation 3. 100 to 0 is new soft lock. No, please. Fonz, this game does not need more soft locks. Please no. Please no, Fonz. So just when we thought we'd finally made it, Oh, well, rip. There goes the power core. But as we all know, Joe is a hero, and heroes have legs of steel. Because Joe is perfectly fine.
I'll go get help. I'm coming back for you, Joe.
Spooter time. Insert disc. Probably, Fonz. Probably. So, Widowmakers, the way to fight them, in this game, they actually have weak spots. Those red things you see on her head. There's 2 weak spots on her heads. On her abdomen, there's another 2 weak spots. And you might look at this and say, huh, there's a weak spot on her left and a weak spot on her right. The bullseye tag system is gonna be a little interesting. You'll see what I mean when I do it. It's probably gonna hit them both because this is a good game. Alright. That's unfortunate, but this is fine. We can recover this. Alright, that's one. So we didn't get the good one where it actually does hit them both, but it can. So that's 2, and now for the final killing blow on a Widowmaker, it actually has 1 more weak spot. We've damaged this thing so much at this point that its insides are going to start falling out. I know that's a bit gruesome, but that's literally what's happening. Oh god, please, fat leapers, please. Fat leapers, please! So we're gonna throw 2 turrets, bring out our auger, drop a shield, and then just wail. So the reason that killed it so quick, if you've played this game, is because the auger actually multiplies its damage by a factor of 1, or +1, every single object it passes through. So when it passes through my auger shield, it's now doing ×2 damage. I'm firing 3 bullets, so that's 3 bullets doing ×2. Every bullet that passes through the Widowmaker's head or its legs, ×3. So that just utterly destroys that Widowmaker. Sadly, it's not as effective on the first and second part, because the 2 hitboxes are independent, and the bullseye hits both of them at the same time. Alright, so we're coming up on the halfway point of the run after this mission. And, well, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'll talk about it later when we get there. So, for this mission, basically, we were on our way to New York, and a bunch of hybrids started shooting us, and a dropship started chasing us. So, Joe, being the kind hero he is, told Charlie and his gang, go home, you don't need to endanger yourself, you've done enough getting me from St. Louis to Pennsylvania. And he jumps out, because Joe loves to jump out of objects that are very high in the sky. So now this dropship is putting out Deadeye snipers to find us and annihilate us, if possible. Because at this point, the Chimeras are well aware of what we're trying to do, and they don't want us doing it. And it just so happens there's a village out here. Well, there's a community out here. But we'll get there. Oh, that hybrid lived. Alright, so this can be a really long load for absolutely no reason. Let's see what happens. Ah, good. A long load for absolutely no reason. fun. Now we're running through some mine shafts. Oh, I just got meleeed. Running through more fields. Casually, this is actually intended to be this really interesting sneaking mission. There's a skill point, I believe, if you shoot all of the snipers. Oh, if you get through this without getting shot, there's like a skill point for one of those. So you can, you can have some fun casually. But in the speedrun, it's pretty boring. It's literally just run from point A to point B. And now we're stuck at a trigger. So casually, what's going to happen is a dropship's going to come. It's going to drop off a couple of shield drones. And what the game wants you to do is sit here and wait for those shield drones to see you and blow that wall open so that you can fight this fight. But we're instead going to shoot. And what shooting is going to do is trick the game into saying, oh, he's over there, and it's going to start the fight immediately. Alright, so I promised there'd be a wildfire, and we now have our wildfire. It is this beautiful thing, quite the rocket launcher. So this is the dropship fight. The reason I'm hiding right now is because there's actually 2 dropships here. We only care about the one that's the only one we care about. The other one is actually impossible to kill. So dropship takes 8 rockets, where we have to be continually cautious of a few things. First, the dropship is shooting us. Hybrids are continually going to be running up to us. They will grab us, so we have to know what our health is at all times. The bridge is going to be continually getting damaged. And every time it gets damaged, more and more holes open up. And we have to be careful not to fall to our death. Because if we fall to our death, then we have to restart this whole fight. So, while he's over there, he was actually dropping troops off. He is completely immune to damage while dropping soldiers off. So, that's why I took that shot, but I shouldn't have. There was no point in doing it. Now I'm gonna go get some hell. Oh my god. I'm good. I lived. I lived. Thank you, health. Whew. So, yeah, that's basically it. Survive. There is also some health down below, but if I go down below right now, there is a lot down there, in terms of giant pits. Actually, I need health, so I will go and show you, because he's dropping people off. So if you're fighting him, say, down here, all of these open pits you'll just fall. There's not, like, safety barriers or anything here to make sure you don't fall to your death. This was not a nice fight if you're not paying attention to where you are and what you're doing. Alright, I think one more and we'll be good. Also, what's up, Snake? Welcome. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so if you have to go to the bathroom, if you want, this is on a slim PS3. This cutscene we're about to watch is unskippable. So, we're also at the halfway point of the run. So, anyone who wants to make a sandwich, go to the restroom, you have like a minute to do so. I'll be right back myself.
I knew y'all'd be coming soon. Saw you fighting on the bridge back there. You're the one we've been praying for. Come on inside. Thank you, Lord, for hearing our prayers.
Train.
Train don't work. My husband could fix it if he were here. Left 2 days ago to fix the town generator.
When will he be back?
Should have been back last night.
And we're back. So to clarify, the Super Slim actually loads the game fast enough that you're able to skip that cutscene. But the normal Slim PS3 that I'm playing on can't load the game fast enough, and we have to watch that cutscene. I have no idea why that's how that works. But it is, and it's a great time. It's a great bathroom break.
Tell me more.
You're halfway through the run, an hour and 20 minutes in.
Satan himself. It's infected most of the town.
It is welcome. Trust me,
We build
it is
walls to
welcome.
keep 'em out, but they just break through. Jonathan tells us all this is
Where's
God's
our
way of
residential fireman? So, Tom Riley is actually in Burning
do our
Skies,
best.
heck.
We fight,
Apologies.
we pray.
I'll be sure to run Burning Skies next time on my PlayStation Vita, and you will see how terrible that game is.
Why don't you just
Leave. No, sir.
I'm glad you made
This
it,
is
Snake.
our
I'm
land,
glad you
given
made
to
it.
us by God. If we're meant to die here,
As for your pickle and mayo sandwich, I'm so hungry that I would take that and eat that myself. So, sorry you won't be getting it.
a few months back, a group of folks
Alright,
lost their faith
so
and decided to leave us.
we're coming up on the
They made
best
it half a mile
NPC in the
outside
game.
town.
This NPC is entirely random. He will have a hat. He will have no hat. He'll have a mustache. He'll have no mustache. He will activate
When Jonathan
in
left, he
10
said he
seconds,
saw the creature he
or
was
he'll
after.
activate in 30.
I love my husband, but he's no
Place your lotto scratchers now, and we'll see what we get. I personally like the hat with the mustache guy.
I prayed for you to come. I believe Jonathan is still alive out there. And I believe that God sent you here to go and find him. Please help us.
And we got green hat, but no mustache. Dang. Oh my god, his eyes were like rolled into the back of his head there. Did you see that? So it's actually possible to get onto this ladder early somehow, but it's not consistent, and I don't know how to do it. This is the best I can do. So now we're just waiting for the game to say, oh yeah, you're waiting. Here you go. And let us go.
may God be with you?
Thank you, game. So this is a leech. Basically it's a Grim, but it explodes. This is also the only out of bounds in the game. This out of bounds, due to the way this game loads, this out of bounds actually does not work on a Super Slim very well. It saves about 50 seconds. It skips 2 loading gates, so it's actually pretty massive. And I know earlier I said, but loading gates, if you skip them, it messes the game up. For some reason, this out of bounds actually behaves well when you skip it. So we're gonna hopefully get first try. Let's see if we get good first tries here. Awesome, first try out of bounds, easy every time. So yeah, that's how out of bounds. That's how that out of bounds works. Most of them, you actually have to clip out of bounds, but that one you can just hop out of bounds. Now, because we did that, this area is actually not loaded. So we're gonna walk over here, brush against a church, and that church, by brushing against it, we're going to hit a load trigger and cause the church to load in while brushing against it. once the church has loaded in, we're actually going to take advantage of the church, jump on it. Oh, okay, or fall. Thank you, X or cross button. You jumped. That's what I wanted. I said, jump on it and re-enter the level. So you're actually supposed to go through that church, which is a tedious, kind of annoying fight. But, and there's 2 loading triggers, those metal plates that I've been using to get further in. But because we skipped it, that saves quite a bit of time. Cross button. I mean, Sony has officially stated it's not the X button, it's the cross button. What do you want me to do, man? What do you want me to do? So that was our one and only out of bounds that we'll be doing in the speedrun. There are plenty of out of bounds in this game. If you would like to look them up, just search Resistance 3 out of bounds, and you'll find some stuff. I probably won't be showing any, but again, shameless plug, feel free to join the Resistance Discord. You can find it on speedrun.com. And we can talk about out of bounds in this game all day. All day, every day. We can also talk about out of bounds in the first game, and the second game, and the fourth game, and the fifth game. Actually, I don't know anything about the fourth game. Retribution is a topic for another day. We're going to try to get a snipe here. Ooh, good snipe, good snipe, good snipe, good snipe. So the game intends you to use something called the cryo gun here, but hot take, no.
I thought we were dead men for sure.
This is the cryo gun, and it's bad. It shoots a stream of ice, and then when an enemy is crystallized,
I ain't going back till it's dead.
you use the secondary fire, and you explode them.
Coal processing plants in Pennsylvania. Worked here 12 years.
Also, this wildfire that I picked up, primary is a rocket that has a bunch of small, like, mini homing rockets off of it. The secondary fires like a cluster bomb thing. I'm not gonna use it because it will kill me, but you'll see it later. It's cool in concept. It's not cool in use, sadly. Actually, let me rephrase that. It's literally only cool in use. Hey, I still get 2 more weapons. I won't spoil what those last 2 weapons are, but trust me, the last 2 weapons are the best 2 weapons. If you ignore the shotgun.
Looks like the relay fuses went bad.
Alright, so as with any game that's exceedingly long, we have another trope. We had the escort mission, now we have the base defense mission. But the base defense mission is to defend this guy here. So, we'll be here a little bit. It is possible, I found this out today, for these Grims to get stuck underneath this platform. And if they get stuck under the platform, expect to be here an extra 30 seconds. The main goal is to not let them grab him. If they grab him, he does this grab animation that is slow and takes him away from the animation that he is currently doing. So, if we get through this without him being grabbed, then we have a really good base 1. Because you never need, or it's never just one base. It's never just one. There's a second one. Do I get a rocket launcher that shoots burgers? I don't. That would be kind of cool, though. I would like that. I don't know how good it would be, but I'd use it. I would absolutely use it. So we're gonna try to get out of bounds for funsies really quick. Nope, nope, okay, nope, didn't get out of bounds for funsies. We almost got soft locked. And now, base defense 2, guys. Did you expect the second base defense? Did I give you enough heads up about it? Because if not, woo! Base defense 2. This one's thankfully significantly easier to do because you have 3 atomizer secondaries, and as you can see, the atomizer secondary just absolutely cleans up. Like, these enemies don't stand a chance with this. So yeah, we're just gonna oh, it ran out. I guess we'll do it again. I know, right? This game is pretty, dude. It's pretty, and despite the fact it does have its slowdowns, I'd say it arguably runs really well when it runs. I'm sure you all know that game. This game looks awesome when it loads. When it does anything. Cough Red Dead. Oh, I don't have shotgun. Alright. So we are moving... Why did I just roll my R like that? What? We are moving down below to the mines. So, we're gonna meet Satan. Satan might not look like what you were expecting. But, he is 100% Satan. Satan is, a boss who will instant kill you in one hit if I let him touch me. Red Dud. So this is a new strat that was actually found today. It's not going to look like much. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this acetylene canister. I'm not going to get close enough because I'm bad. I'm going to grab that acetylene canister, blow that door, and now you're intended to go that way and grab another one from a different side path. But we're actually going to grab this again and then walk into this tunnel. And that saves me having to go over to the right for a small side path through some enemies and opening a door. It's like, I don't know, probably 2-3 seconds faster. It hasn't been timed. Like, it's literally brand new, discovered today by SRGTsilent, the guy who was supposed to run this. Yo, what's up, Wolfenstein? Thanks for the good luck. So this is Satan. The gimmick of Satan is shoot it in the face. I'm not kidding. That is actually the gimmick of Satan. If you shoot it in the face, what Satan does is it decides to flee in anger, fear, terror. I don't know, man. But it flees if you shoot it in the face. as long as it cannot get into the room you're in. If you and it are in the same room, do not shoot it in the face. It will not care that you are shooting it in the face. It will walk up to you and step on you. And when Satan steps on you, you die. I know, right? I need an acetylene tank to blast that whoa, game. Okay. Alright, so this is our second encounter with Satan. We actually didn't lose any time getting wrapped around like that because we need a scripted event here of, where did that acetylene tank go? Alright, guess I'll just go grab another one. We need this scripted event to happen of, Jonathan being grabbed. And now we can shoot Satan in the face again. Throw in a acetylene tank so it bites it, and we're gonna shoot it. And Satan doesn't like that. Satan didn't like that, so it's gonna run away. Okay, pay close attention. White. That white is the scariest thing in this game. If you ever see that white, that is a chunk that has not loaded yet. If you enter a unloaded chunk, the chunk may load and you will be soft locked. So, don't enter unloaded chunks is the moral of this story. That is the main problem with the Super Slam. Unloaded chunks. So we're running from Satan right now. You can actually take that tunnel I just did without entering either of the two side tunnels. If you do that, though, Satan is going to be on your butt. And if you mess up and Satan touches you, you die. So this is just a little timed thing. All we have to do is make sure Satan doesn't reach us as we run away from Satan. I think Kevin Bacon was in Tremors. Tremors is the one with the giant sandworms that they decided to make 3 movies of. Tremors 1 was decent. I don't know how much Tremors 2 was, and Tremors 3 was just a sellout. There's a lot of dying in this game. Jonathan's fine. He's not dead. Alright, so this is Satan. We're actually going to fight Satan now. Satan has jaws of ridiculousness and can grab acetylene tanks from the side. We're just going to sit inside him because this actually has no hitbox to get into the into the elevator. And now Satan's going to pull himself into this room. And if you are squeamish, I do suggest you look away. This is going to be a little gory. Just as a heads up. And with that, we're going to defeat Satan. Who'd have thought Satan would be so easy to kill? You guys are great. I appreciate all the commentary, all the fun chat. Okay, so I promise you all, you can look back now. The fight has ended. I promised you all a second auto scroller. Someone here wanted a boat. It's kind of a boat, but it's an on rails boat that goes on land. So, yeah. We're on a train boat. Shots fired and explosive tanks. So, thankfully, this auto-scroller is only 11 minutes long. The game is nice. Ow. Don't do that. That's bad. Don't do that. The game is nice and shaved 7 minutes off the last auto-scroller. But it's still an auto-scroller. And there is still tech that we have to do for this one. So this new gun is the carbine. Anyone who's played Resistance 1 will know the M5A2 Folsom carbine extremely well. It sucks in this game. It sucks in this game. The main fire is what you'd think. Secondary fire is a 40mm grenade. So, I personally think rocket launchers are better for trains, so we're gonna use the rocket launcher. Hey, we actually don't have to kill any of these guys. Oh, that Jeep spawned out of nowhere. I'll show you later, but every single one of these Jeeps will eventually commit seppuku, whatever it is you want to call it. You'll see. I'll let you see them. I'll let you see some. Oh, actually, you can see this one right here. Check tickets this time. Don't worry. The only people that are going to be boarding this train... oh, there they go. The only people that will be boarding this train, I promise you, I did not give them a ticket to board. Fake bubble noises, so I feel like we're on a boat. Okay. So... the gimmick of this auto-scroller is that the train is going to get unstable. Also, the game wants me to destroy this Jeep, but I'm not gonna destroy this Jeep, and I'll show you why I'm not gonna destroy this Jeep. That's why I'm not gonna destroy that Jeep. The Jeep's gonna take care of itself for me. But the point of the gimmick of this auto-scroller is that these guys are gonna actually make the train extremely unstable. So I'm gonna have to release these train carts when the game says, hey, it's time. So you might actually see me just staring at the train for a little bit. Don't worry, it's fine. I don't have a problem. I just like trains, and I like not losing time. You also might see me not remember when to correctly let a train car loose. Don't worry, it's fine. I like trains. I like trains. Alright. So, this is kind of a new enemy. They're these yellow trucks that drop off a bunch of people. Now, these guys do not have tickets. Trust me, I verified first. None of them have tickets, and they're about to get on my train. And I'm not going to have that, so I'm going to make sure they don't get on my train. Alright, so there's 3 of them, and then we're going to destroy the caboose. Or I'm going to try to make sure they don't get on my train. I'm gonna go get health. As you can see, the rocket launcher has a chance to do a lot of damage to me. Off my train, dude! Alright. So Caboose is going to need let loose in a couple seconds after this bridge. So we're just going to let it loose ASAP. And there goes the Caboose. For some reason, Michael Bay directed this train. I don't know why they let Michael Bay direct this train, but I mean, hey. Okay. So these guys also don't have tickets, and they think because they also have legs of steel that they are able to jump onto a moving train. Some of them can even fly on the moving train, and they're just casually allowed access. But I have to disappoint them and tell them to get off my train. It's my train. It's not their train. It's my train. So the next car that we're gonna let go is gonna be after this tunnel system, and it's actually going to be the ammo cart. So now we can't fill up on ammo anymore. The ammo we have is what we have left to beat this auto scroller with. That may sound scary, but you might notice how much we have. It's fine. It's a train boat. It's a train boat. It's a boat train. It's a boat train. Train boat. Boat train. I apologize. Thank you for correcting me. They seem dangerous until rocket launcher. Okay, so if you'll notice on the bottom right, it's telling me when I get ammo and checkpoints and stuff. Coming up, we're gonna get a checkpoint, then a cutscene, and then a checkpoint. And the only thing that happens is we see a bunch of spooters. Is this a rail? Well played. WPK stands for Weapon Progress Kept, Mashun. All of my weapons are 3 stars right now. So I didn't reset them. I was able to keep them at 3 stars. Alright, so we have another set of yellow drop-off vehicles that we're going to try to not let drop off onto my train and fail, unfortunately. Sorry, my train boat. I know what I'm driving. Oh my god, I'm getting wrecked, dude. Oh, what just happened to my health? Oh, dude, I'm surprised you guys weren't screaming at me like, health, 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 health. I almost died. Oh, did I hit myself with a rocket? That's why you don't use a rocket launcher on this mission, because you do that. A very discerning audience. Well, I hope the discerning audience has discerned that this run is great. Rockets to the face do hurt. I can show you later how much rockets to the face hurt when I accidentally rockets to the face. So more spooters. But these spooters are friendly because they're gonna save us. Look at the spooters! They're saving us! The running of the spooters! Yeah, I love the Resistance series. Unless the Resistance game is 2 or Burning Skies. And then I don't love it so much. Huh? No! Spooters, what are you doing? Don't hit my train! Okay, it's good. No more spooters. Oh no. Oh no. No! No! Spooters, please! Well. The spooters had other things to say, guys. Spooters had other plans. Okay, so, long and short, I'm not gonna spoil what happens in that cutscene, but it's very sad, and now we're a prisoner. We have been captured, and we're going to be put in a jail / gladiatorial arena. Also, anyone who plays Metal Gear, listen to this. You'll love what you're about to hear if you're a Metal Gear Solid fan.
Don't give up. You can survive. You just have to. Yes, Mick.
Anyone know who that is? If not, I promise you'll get a second chance. No one spoil it. Don't spoil it yet. You'll get a second chance to figure out who it is later.
Welcome to the pen, boy.
And then you guys can take your guesses. So, we had 2 weapons left to collect. This is one of them.
Open the pen. Bring up the ground.
It's laying right in front of me on the ground, and it's one of the best weapons in the game. Because it one-shots everything. So yeah, this is a gladiatorial arena. We have to fight scripted waves of enemies. We're hoping for good enemy spawn locations. The Grims are always going to be the same spawn points. But after the Grims, we're going to fight some human enemies. And the human enemies are random. We're going to try to manipulate them into spawning in a specific spot and see if we can get it.
You and your boys get in there.
They're going to pick 2 balconies at random to hop down from. That hammer's a bit gruesome. So hopefully we get this balcony and the one we're looking at. Okay, so we got the first good balcony. Oh, hey, dude. And we got the second one. Okay, so that's really good. The humans are going to drop exclusively from these 2 balconies. So we can just run back and forth between them, continually knocking these humans down. Because this fight ends once we kill the last human. There we go. And that is To the Lions. A fitting name for a mission. Why don't the humans kill Chimera with a hammer? So what's going on here is this guy is actually a very evil guy. He's basically a ringleader of like a mafia, and he's extorting everyone by making them play games. They're like a gang. He's not a good guy. Okay, so here's your second chance to recognize this voice actor.
Joseph. That's your name, isn't it? I found this book among Dr. Malakoff's things. He was a brilliant man.
My name is Herbert Sawicki. I've been Mick's lackey for over 3 years. I'm tired of being a victim. No more. I have a plan to escape, but we need to move quickly. You see that drone up there? There are 4 of them around the prison. You need to disable them. Here. I made something that should keep you safe. You can pull the trigger to fire quickly, or hold it down to build up pressure for a more powerful shot. Take the
Hey.
I'll get
Snake got it. That's Roy Campbell. You will never be able to not hear Roy Campbell now. Alright, so this is the last and final gun. It is by far the best gun in the game. It is the Mutator, and what it does is absolutely wreck everything.
With an aerosol can hooked up to the mutator, you can disperse a cloud into a group.
So the Mutator, as Herbert said, fires a shot of mutagen, and what this mutagen does is it essentially turns humans into it essentially turns humans into walking leeches. And leeches are fun.
Be more careful.
Leeches are good fun.
I can open up the security doors from these stations. Follow me. I'll open up the showers wing for you.
Okay. So I haven't said the word soft lock in a while, but we might get one, depending on what happens here. A really unfortunate soft lock was discovered the other day, where an upcoming mission an upcoming scene is just not going to progress, and I have no idea what causes it or how to fix it. So I'll let you know when it might happen. Cross your fingers when we get to that point, and we'll see what happens. Roy Campbell has lost a lot of weight. Yeah, man. So we're gonna pick up my shotgun, the shotgun, and we're actually gonna try to make a cycle here. If you get shot on a ladder, the game will actually drop you like that, and the goal was to try to make a cycle so that we wouldn't get shot going up this ladder. Unfortunately, we didn't make it, so we had to fight some enemies. It is actually possible, I discovered this today, if you are shot as you crest that ladder, you'll actually clip into the ground and get stuck until you jump out of it.
Cell block B is home for the wardens. What was that?
Alright, so if you missed the cutscene, we're collecting these drones right now because this is a prison, and what Mick is doing is using these drones in order to he's rigged them so they give off a all clear signal to the Chimera, and the Chimera leave this place alone because they're getting an all clear. They're getting a no humans located here. That's why all these humans are alive here. And what we're doing is we are pulling all of these drones out so that the all clear signal is getting canceled. And I mean, you can probably imagine. I swear I'm not that bad a shot. You can probably imagine what is going to happen when the all clear signal is no longer being broadcast to the hybrids. How many soft locks are in this game? You don't want to know, man. Alright, so cross your fingers and hope. If we soft lock, it will be at this fight. So we'll see what happens. There's two different soft locks that can happen. Either Herbert will not give us his first line, or Herbert will not give us his second line. So the first thing is There we go. That's the first line. We wanted that line. So now Mitch is going to come onto the intercom and say that dinner is over. And then Herbert is going to say something about the cafeteria being available. And the door is going to start opening. Please. Herbert. Okay. No soft lock. He successfully opened the door.
Don't worry about those drones. The one we want is in the cafeteria.
All right. So now we're going to go into the cafeteria. So cafeteria is the essentially boss fight of this chapter. It's you could think of it as a wave fight. It's going to be a bunch of waves of enemies.
Get rid of the rest of the kitchen crew.
There we go. Herbert can take an arbitrary amount of time to open this door, so it's really good that he opened that door super quick for me. There's a guy who can fire marksmans in here. He knows how to use the secondary turret fire. Hopefully he doesn't, and he didn't. We got really good luck. But it turns out Mick is onto us. How high can I count? I can count to infinity and beyond. But I'm not going to do it on stream.
Oh no.
I learned to never count to infinity again. Last time I tried counting to infinity on stream. Okay. So, I'm going to fire a mutator secondary. And you're going to see that mutator secondary essentially hit everybody in the room. Because the mutator is just a little broken. Just a little. So when that smoke comes out, this is wave 2. Gonna fire another mutator secondary. And that's gonna stop the second wave from coming. Alright. So now we're coming up on wave 3 here. So I'm gonna fire another secondary, this time at my feet for safety. And you know, so the way you tell what wave you're on is what Mick and Herbert are saying. You can use them to gauge how far into the fight you are. So what we're looking for is Mick to say, that one, more, get everyone in there. And we're gonna take it, and that's our cue to get out of that mission. So, conveniently, they have a sledgehammer down here. Who knows why? There's a sledgehammer down here. So we're gonna run through the sewers with a sledgehammer. Or, as the game refers to it, the pit. You love mutators? Oh, man. I don't know. That sounds like some kind of weird cannibalism Pokemon thing. Heck. Alright. So the hardest part of this mission is platforming. It is very easy to mess up your platforming and fall into the pit in this room. I didn't, which is amazing. There's more platforming that we have to watch out for, though. Why do I hate the sledgehammer placement? I don't hate the sledgehammer placement. That's such a good sledgehammer, man. More. Everybody get in there. Nope. Nope. Ow. Oops, wrong way. So the game is going to try to give us the cryo gun here, and I'm going to tell the game no, and not equip the cryo gun here, because the cryo gun sucks. They literally had no idea how to give you the cryo gun, so they just kind of threw it there. So this is intended to be a fight against these Grims, but it turns out, interestingly enough, that if you just keep swinging the sledgehammer at that door, eventually, once leeches start spawning, it will just break. And the door is no longer immune to damage. And you can just leave. So I skipped that whole fight. Did you just say you love... Alright. So now we're on the outside. We've basically gotten out. The hybrids are attacking. Be sure to take a wide left here, or you get mauled by that Jeep. And there's a fight here, but we're not gonna do it. And that's up there. So now Herbert explains himself to us, and we're gonna go to the boss fight for this chapter.
There is blood on my hands, but we all do what we have to in order to survive. Things are getting crazy up here, Joe. Chimera everywhere. I'm gonna get the rest of the prisoners out.
So, once again, a game needs its tropes. Do you know what trope we've not done yet, guys? QTEs, or quick time events. So I hope you all are ready for your quick time event of the game. Haha! I see what you did there. Thankfully, this quick time is fairly easy. It's only 5 button presses. Oh, so to anyone, again, who is squeamish, this is a bit gory. So you might not want to watch this. Just a heads up. Yeah. Alright, you're good to look back now. So, interestingly enough, this cutscene also loads weird.
Free some of the others, but we gotta move.
Everything's just gonna freeze, and that's how you know that scene's finished. You can look again, Rogue. As for when not to look, I think I missed that, and I apologize. Okay, so we're in New York. We made it to New York. Yes, I am looking out for you, Rogue. This game's religious fanaticism was already made clear. I just want to impart that upon you all. So, for reference, just so everyone knows, if the run goes on pace, 35 minutes is how much time is left on this run. So we may actually be ahead, depending on how this run goes. Alright, so we're meeting a new enemy here, called the Wildfire Hybrid. It's exactly what you think. It's a hybrid with a wildfire. I didn't mean to throw that, but it's fine. It's just an EMP. So, the goal for this fight is we're going to try to not get meleeed. We want to get this guy's auger ASAP, if we can find it. And the reason we want that auger is so we can start taking all of these guys out behind the cover of a shield. Because there is a lot of guys here at this base. And remember, we've lost basically all our weapons. As well as these 3 wildfire hybrids up here. Nice, okay. So at the top of this, there's going to be an atomizer that we're going to try to pick up and not get killed for. That happened earlier, trust me. It's fun. And our good friend, the Ravager, has returned. And we're going to utterly obliterate him. One last wildfire. So there's a skip here, and we're actually going to do it once we get this checkpoint. So you're intended to fight a fight here with a bunch of hybrids trying to get into this room, but they actually put these gate things on this side where we can see them. And the reason that's good is because we can now walk through this gate. You're not intended to do that. You're supposed to survive a giant fight. A fight against these guys before that gate ever drops. It does turn out, though, if you destroy that early, the gate actually, well, soft locks, and you can no longer open it. Alright, so we're waiting for a dropship now. There we go. We killed all the enemies. So a dropship should be coming in. And we can't actually progress this room until this dropship flies in. And now, you're going to see another use of the mutator secondary here. And it's genuine amazingness. And it's going to hit everyone. And when that fight is over... Oh, there's this guy. That gate's going to go down, and all these big guys, 2 Ravengers and 2 Steelheads, are going to run into the room. But the game expects us to be in the field fighting everyone, and because we were off to the side, we can just run behind them. And they don't fight us. So we just skipped a couple large chunks of that fight. So now we're in the subway, or the subway. I don't actually have that much health. Hopefully I don't get destroyed here by a Ravager. The Ravengers in this room can actually decide to meme you and smack you, even though they're fighting these Grims. And if they do that, it's going to do a lot of damage. But we got lucky, they didn't hit us. Oh my god. I have a Charlie horse in my toes right now. Help, help, is hurt so bad. The run matters more than my Charlie horse. Ha! Okay, we're good. I fixed it, I think. Oh god, no, it hurts. Oh, it hurts. Yes, this game does like to soft lock. Okay, so remember that deloaded chunk? You're gonna see another one coming up here. This one is actually scary, because it's very easy to accidentally walk into this chunk, as you can see why. Yeah, don't walk into that. So Spooter number 2. We're fighting another Spooter. This Spooter can soft lock. What will happen is he will climb up, or she will climb up onto this building, and then just, this dropship will never spawn. And if the dropship never spawns, she just stays up there forever, and she doesn't come down. But because the dropship spawned, her weak points opened up. Alright, so we need to make sure that we successfully break both of these, otherwise this fight becomes really bad. But we got a really good pattern, so we were able to break both left and right weak spots. And now we have our auger. We actually don't have that much auger, which is unfortunate. And we have our marksman, and we're going to do the same thing we did on the last Spooter. Good lag. Good, beautiful lag right there. No, don't move, Spooter. Don't move, Spooter. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move. No, I'm going to run out of ammo. That sucks. So I'm just going to finish it off with a bullseye since I ran out of ammo. And now you can see, if you don't do the auger strat, just how much longer it takes to finish off the Widowmaker. Assuming gender. Come on, Strife. I already said, the game explicitly says all Widowmakers are female. There's no assumption in here. So now, unlike the last Widowmaker, we're going to use this one as a ladder, or as a stepping stone, and take advantage of that in order to access this new room. Okay, so this is a really interesting glitch. What we're going to try to do is get this hybrid's attention, back up, and try to get him to grab us through the door. Ah, he broke it. So, if you hit that hybrid with auger, and unfortunately I did not have any auger ammo, he will actually grab you and pull you through the door and save just a little bit of time. And this room is supposed to be a fight, but we're gonna monka our way through this room, and hopefully not die, because that guy has health. Woohoo! Run, 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 run. Okay, we made it! We made it through the sniper fight. Yay, what a good fight. And now we have ourselves another deloaded chunk. So it is possible for the elevator trigger to activate before this chunk loads. I have a clip of it on my YouTube if you're ever interested in seeing it. It's also, I believe, on speedrun.com. If you do, you fall into the void and die. Alright. So, if you've ever played this game on Superhuman, this is one of the hardest rooms in the game. And I'm going to make it look kind of like a joke, because I'm on casual. So what I need to do is go... Oh, ow, dude. Come on, man. Give me your health now. Now I want your health. First, go to the right and destroy a bunch of sets of rods. Oh, that's not good. Oh, I need health really bad. Nice. And then we're going to enter the second side and hit that switch. and then swap to the mutator. And you know what it means when we swap to the mutator. It means secondary fire time. All of those hybrids dead. Steelhead dead. Can you not pause and let links... to my knowledge, I've not done extensive testing on it because on this model, it's not really needed. If you pause the game, I think it pauses loading. It's not like Uncharted. Okay, Central Park. So, Central Park is a really big sequence break, and I don't have shotgun ammo, which is unfortunate. It puts me in a very tight spot. I will see what I can do, but we're taking this specific right hug path here to skip a trigger that the game would try to kill us on. Oh, that was good health. Not like an insta trigger, but we basically skipped a big trigger so that we could get behind it. And now we're going to trigger another one, and I need an audio cue here, so hold up. Alright, we're good. And now what we're going to do is we're going to actually run back and hopefully not die. We don't have a lot of health. Oh, no! The wildfire hybrid clipped us right at the end. Dang. Okay. So, oh, wow. It hard reset us. I've never seen that before. It threw us all the way back to before. Huh. Okay. Alright, well, now I can do the trick. Please. Now I can do the trick correctly. Because I have shotgun ammo. So, I gotta get that audio cue again, and then we're gonna run back and we're gonna kill everyone. So give me a second to make sure I get this audio cue. Alright, we're good. Alright, we got really good health drops on the second time through. Okay, so, now that we've done that, we are back on the safe side. And the reason you want to do that is because if you're on the side we were on, there is a lot of things shooting at you. There's like 6 stalkers. And 3 Goliaths. And instead, now that we're over here, the only thing shooting at us is that wildfire. So I need to kill him. And we're taking continual scripted damage. So now we just need to survive for, I think it's 3 minutes and 10 seconds, roughly, off the top of my head. And there's a couple of health packs around the room that I can pick up. But yeah, otherwise, there's nothing here. There is an by that stalker, but because of that death, I don't want to risk you. But it lets you get into a really interesting spot during this fight. Dude, wildfire, please. Okay. I mean, it's true, Proto. I've never seen the game death warp you back like that. That was quite a thing that just happened. Oh, there's health right there on the ground. That's really good. All right, so I'm super safe now. Sounds like a marathon. It is, dude. You should take a shot every time someone says I've never seen that before. Oh. Uh-oh. Apologies for that. Those frame drops appear to be on my end. They should be fine, though. I don't know why they happened, but we should not drop any. If they keep happening, I know how to fix it. Or at least fix it some. Is a shot of key count? Yeah, go for it, man. I don't think we'll ever see this game on PC. I think it's gonna be a PlayStation exclusive forever. Alright, so that was Central Park Skip. Unfortunately, it was the first death of the run. Really, really sad. But, you know, it happens. It's whatever. At least I still got to show it off after the weird warp. Alright. Sabotage. Chapter 19. Alright. I wasn't kidding when I said we're gonna be ahead at this point. So, heads up if you're next. Don't expect 20 minutes behind anymore. We're actually on world record pace, so we'll see what happens here. Alright, so this is the inside of Terraformer. Final map. The way this first room works is we are going to kill a couple enemies and then oh, he didn't die. Okay. Kill him. And now a steelhead is going to spawn. And as long as we're not too close to this door, a second steelhead will spawn and Charlie will show up. Now, our friend the Sledgehammer is coming back because Sledgehammer destroys rods in one hit. And this room will either go, or sorry, the intended way for this room is you can either do it stealth or very loud. And prior to the other day, we actually did it stealth. But now, due to, oh, please don't snipe me, dude. Due to recent developments, we actually do this room loud now. Because when you do this room quiet, well, dare I say it, that little moving blip right there, he stops moving. And he's mandatory. Everyone knows what that means, right? But thankfully, when you go in loud, it always works out for us. So all we gotta do is stay here until he fixes the console. Oh. So in practice, he actually pointed a different, like, random direction. And I was very confused why he did that. Alright. So we are going to... This is our last set of Ravengers. Hopefully we don't get wrecked here. We can get some health. Alright. And we're moving on. Oh dear. I don't have shotgun. That's unfortunate. What do I have? I need a carbine. Carbine will work. Okay, cool. So we're gonna not do anything this game wants us to do, and we're just gonna hit that switch instead of fight and break both of those rods to get a checkpoint, and we're gonna leave that entire fight behind. There's absolutely no... I missed my cycle. That's a shame. There's absolutely no reason to do anything in that fight. Ho! Dude, it's Robbie! Hey, what's up, Epic? How you doing, man? How can this game be that unstable? This game can be that unstable because it's crazy. Why can't runners ever be on estimate? Bruh, what do you want? Hold up. Alright, so now we're gonna run around this room. There's actually 2 sets of ventilation in this room, but the other set of ventilation is directly in front of some enemies, and if we hit it, they'll be able to shoot us through the vent, and when they shoot through the vent, they will... Hey... When they shoot through the vent, they'll actually hit us on this ladder, and we won't be soft locked, but we'll be completely unable to climb that ladder. Alright. So, this room we're just gonna run through. I don't have any shotgun, because I got generous with my shots. So we're going to use the atomizer, which is the kind of, not really, second best thing. And hopefully not get destroyed. Alright. That wave of, that little blockade of enemies there is actually surprisingly difficult to get past. if they catch you, oh my god. If that wave of enemies catches you, you could get utterly wrecked. All right. Final big fight. So you may be looking at this and saying, "Oh no, you don't have a lot of health. You have a big fight coming up. What are you going to do?" Actually, we have the perfect amount of health. And the reason we have the perfect amount of health is we are going to death abuse here. It is actually faster to death abuse than do this fight the intended way. And if something goes horribly wrong, we now have a checkpoint. Oh, we got past the Ravengers. Nice. Oh my god. Jukes, don't pick the health up. Jukes for days. Jukes for days. Jukes. 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 Jukes! Nice. And now we're gonna die. Marathon strats. Nah. This game is ran only as intended.
Let's see if we can override the door
Alright.
controls.
So, notice that huge fight. Every enemy's gone. And these rods are now exposed. So with these rods exposed and these last 2 enemies, the last remaining stand, we're going to take them out. And we are going to move on. Charlie, please. Charlie, please!
Nice work. Let's see what
Oh my god, Charlie, you just scared the crap out of me. Alright. This is it.
we're getting close, Joe. I can
We're moving on.
gotta find the core and destroy it. I'm gonna go find Ellis. Make sure we got a way
I will let
crash.
this dialogue speak for itself.
You know, I'm not one for speeches, so I'm gonna leave you with this.
believed that there was a chance. Or maybe I just wanted to believe there was a chance. But after hearing you on the radio, I didn't want you to go. It was a mistake. I'm so sorry. Jack's good. And there's a doctor here. He gave him some medicine. And there's other kids for him to play with. He misses you. I told him you would come home.
Okay. Final boss. Chapter 20. The Promise.
Joe, please come home.
Doodip. 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 Okay. So, this room has a pattern we're gonna try to hit. You have to destroy 6 out of the 8 rods in this room. So we are going to break these two. Please, break the 2. And this was actually discovered recently that you don't need to break all 8. You only need to break 6. Hopefully we don't get, ganged up on by enemies here. Okay. So now that those 6 are done, our friend, the big boy, brawler boy, big boy, has returned. And it turns out that this room actually ends instantly after the brawler is dealt with. And the brawler appears to be buggy, to say the least. Don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me, please. So we're gonna actually skip 2 whole rods by fighting the brawler super early. Buggy brawler. Okay. So now that we have the rocket and the brawler is dead, some rods, the final sets of rods have opened up for us. Oh, please don't grab me. I'm gonna back up, grab this health. Okay, final rods are done. And now, the last trope of this game, a scripted ending survival scene. I will let you know when time is. Alright. So, the fastest way to do this is to just fire and secondary. Fire and secondary. All of these are scripted, but they do rely on you killing enemies to an extent. If you don't kill any enemies, then you don't succeed at this. Now we're gonna do it again. Okay. And now, thunk. We're gonna do it again. Last Hope. Someone's played Fall of Man. Last Hope is the final mission in Fall of Man. I see what you did there, and I appreciate it. Apologize for coughing. All right, and this is it. Man of Steel. Final enemy. After I beat this guy, be ready on time. I will tell you when. It's not this guy's death. Okay? Time is after I get pulled into the helicopter and the cutscene starts. So be ready. And time. And that, boys and girls, is how you world record Resistance 3 at a marathon. Oh my god. I am so filled with adrenaline right now. If you guys don't mind, really quick, let me do something really quick here. Oops. Just so this run, I could submit this VOD. I just want to put that on stream, and then I'll take it down, because I know that's a bit rude. Oh my god, thank you everyone for the GGs. Oh. So I don't really have anything to say, just please come check out the Resistance Discord. Check me out in the schedule. I'll be running Apocalypse later. I'll be running Fall of Man, another Resistance game later. And I'll be running Peace Walker on the final day. So I got 3 more runs coming up. Hopefully you enjoyed this. They're all shorter than this, I promise you that. Thank you everyone for checking it out. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Yeah, I don't have anything to say. Please check out Resistance, check out speedrunning the games if you're interested. Yeah, thank you so much for having me. You all have a wonderful night, a wonderful day.